What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Student Built Startups podcast. I am your host, Cameron Stone, and today I am bringing you a update episode, and I'm going completely off the cuff. Don't really have an outline or anything planned out. I just know I'm going to be sharing with you guys a little bit about what's going on with YEE, what's going on with the Student Built Startups podcast, and what is going on in my personal life, which I will share for the end in case you have no interest in that. But yeah, I'm excited to jump into it and give a little bit of a rant about what's planned and what things have been going on. So I guess I'll jump right in and start off by sharing a little bit about how the Student Built Startups podcast is doing, and then what's the forward outlook is looking like in the future. So as of now, we've had an all-time downloads of 2,413 downloads since the inception of the podcast. We're getting close to that 2,500 number, which I'm excited for. So thank you everybody for listening and tuning in. I actually really appreciate it. And yeah, so over the last couple episodes, we've had Blake Peters on to talk about his personal training business and what he has been going and doing over the last couple months and how COVID affected his business. And then we had Shama Yaya, the founder of Mucho, the board game. That was a really interesting episode to me. I thought learning about how the development of board game kind of goes and what that looks like from start to finish was something that was quite interesting and unique. And then had the old episode with Eddie Cecilia talking about the Imagine Box NFT thing, which was kind of a fun thing that we experimented with and didn't really take it anywhere, but it was kind of a funny thing and a learning experience for both of us. So moving forward, as far as the podcast goes, I'm going to continue trying to upload episodes every other week and trying to get on as many new guests as I can, as well as maybe a few repeat guests from the past to give updates on how their businesses have grown or how they've shifted things through COVID. So I might reach out to a few old guests and see if I can get them back on to share the progression. And as far as like some exciting news, the Young Entrepreneurs Evolution is starting to build up a foundation. We're starting to get more things securely in place and figured out and a roadmap built. We're really working on trying to develop this into a nonprofit organization. Hunter and I have been working to map out the different things that we need to get done to officially register it as a nonprofit. We got to get a board of members figured out. We got to have different bylaws figured out and a lot of paperwork to fill out for this nonprofit registration. But we're thinking maybe 6 months to 8 months that we'll have all of this done and ready to be registered. But in the meantime, we're also working on developing a few other things for YEE as far as engagement and interactive activities go. So once this semester starts back up, so we're assuming maybe the end of August, beginning of September, we will really kick off with our new engagement plan that we have developed. This is going to include every Monday giving a Monday morning motivation video and potentially turning it into a podcast type style format. Tuesdays, we're going to be doing Tuesday night trivias more than likely. And this is stuff that a lot of people haven't heard about yet with YEE. So this might be something new to you if you're somebody who has joined YEE in the past. And it's still kind of being developed, so nothing's set in stone yet, but this is kind of what we have mapped out so far. But we want to do a Tuesday night trivia every Tuesday where you can just pop in and we'll have like a Kahoot quiz going or something, and the winner will get like a $5 Starbucks or Amazon gift card, something like that, to keep things exciting, keep people coming in. And we're going to try to make these quizzes or trivia mix of funny things and business-related questions as well. And so then Wednesdays, we're going to be trying to give out formal announcements for YEE, what's happened, what's going on in the future, what's planned, that sort of stuff. Keeping everybody informed about YEE and about what we're working on, making sure there's that level of transparency and consistency there. And then Thursdays, kind of just an off day. We might fill something in there at one point, but right now there's nothing planned for Thursdays. And then Fridays, we want to do a Friday morning coffee chat Fridays are usually a fun day for a lot of people. So starting your day off with a nice coffee chat, I feel like Fridays would be a good day to do that. We want to have just like an open space where you can pop in and chat with a few other people about whatever you want to. And so in addition to that, we've kind of shifted our Sunday meetups from being a simple meetup and chat and give updates about what you've been working on to more or less of a spotlight session type format. So we're giving the opportunity for one member of the community to pitch their business, give a little bit of insight into what their business is, what they're doing, what their processes look like, and then present one challenge that they're having. And us as a group will work together to help them overcome that challenge and provide potential solutions, and maybe connect to them with somebody in the community who can actually help them a little more hands-on. So we're hoping that there is going to be a super valuable asset for the members in the community and something that we can leverage when we're looking for new members. And I think that is just about everything that we're going to be incorporating. Maybe once a month, we're going to be doing like a town hall type meeting. Just since we've replaced our every other Sunday meetups with a spotlight session, we want to have once a month where we can get everybody together and hear feedback from the community and really work on devising how we're going to adjust our roadmap based upon what the community members' input is. So that's YEE. And now this is kind of a unique twist here that's going to be coming up. So I've got a couple things that are bouncing around in the air, and I'm trying to figure out how to make them all get aligned. So currently I felt like with student-built startups, I have some sense of a brand. Over here, I have a listener base of, I don't know, at least 20 people. I mean, I'm sure it's more, but there's 20 regular people that listen to the podcast, and it varies per episode. But then we have YEE, and we have a community of like 30 members. What I really want to do is I want to somehow take student-built startups and plug it into YEE and make this podcast kind of a official partnership with YEE, or to like completely merge it and make it the podcast of YEE, and we can post all of our content to the podcast, including interviews with student entrepreneurs. But there would be a lot more differentiation between the types of content. There might be the Monday morning motivations. There might be spotlight sessions. There might be the student interviews. There might be me ranting like I'm doing right now. There might be just one-off conversations that Hunter and I have, all sorts of random stuff. So that's one thing I'm really trying to figure out how to position, I guess, in the best way to combine these two different brands that we have here. So one other thing, the third thing that's bouncing around is that I have had somebody reach out from a different country saying that they are interested in hosting the Student Built Startups podcast in their home country and doing it in their language, and kind of taking on that responsibility so that we can have kind of a whole nother listener base of people with a different language, and it would be different interviews, but just under the Student Built Startups name. So that's another thing that I'm really kind of contemplating and trying to figure out. I think the first step is getting Young Entrepreneurs Evolution and Student Built Startups, that partnership aligned first, and then moving into that kind of outreach and getting other people doing interviews potentially. So that's what's going on with YEE. That's what's going on with Student Built Startups. Outside of that, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that really is important regarding those two things. I guess I can just go ahead and jump into kind of what's been going on with my personal stuff. So personally, I have been just working the flip game hard as recently. Right now I have like 190 items listed on eBay, and I'm trying to crank that up. I'm actually selling stuff. I was close to 200, but I've sold quite a few things, and I still have quite a few things in inventory, but not yet listed. I've been slacking a little bit there, but nonetheless selling stuff basically every day. So the flip game has been going good. My NFT investing is another thing that's been quite exciting. Just about every project that I have invested in. So I've invested in the Alien Boy NFT project. Those have gone down in value so far, although I still believe in the project. I invested in the Arabian Camels project. Those have gone down or stagnant in value, although I bought a couple of those at a dirt cheap price. So I was able to make a little money on like one of them and sell one for break even and then sell one for a loss. So it's probably close to a break even thing, and I'm holding on to a couple of them. I'm not very much a firm believer in the Arabian Camels project or the whatever their parent company is. Not saying that it's a bad project by any means. It's just in comparison, I have enjoyed the vibes from these other projects a little bit more. But my favorite new project is the Moglitz NFT project. It's a trading card game. Not game, my bad. It's a trading card NFT project. So similar to Pokemon. And it's a really organic project. They have started the prices at 0.01 Ethereum, and then for every 500 to 1,000, they increase in price double. So right now, they just recently sold out of their first 1,000 NFTs, and now the pricing is up to 0.04 Ethereum. And once those 2,000 are gone, those first 2,000, the pricing will go up to 0.08 and so forth up until it gets to like 0.6 or 0.8 Ethereum or something like that. But I really like the project. They have really cool artwork. I think the cards are actually cool. They have a lot of the same features as like a typical trading card game would have. The project also has a really cool creator, the guy who has created it and is kind of the founder of the project. He's always in the Discord. He's always interacting with people, sending updates. Seems like a really genuine, authentic person, which is something that I like to see, just because I feel like in this space, there's a lot of people that are trying to just do a cash grab, and he is definitely not one that is trying to do that. And a couple of the cool things they're doing to differentiate themselves is they're not doing the one-off, sell 10,000 and then reveal them, and then kind of like everything just slows down from there. But they're doing slow growth, organic. They're actually not marketing to their fullest intentionally, so they don't grow too fast. And they're working on developing a comic series with escape room type puzzles with prizes in their comics, which is something that I think is quite unique. I haven't seen another project do something quite in that manner. And there is rumors of a potential game that will be developed. They haven't promised anything about a game, but it's something that the cards would be suited to do. So that's the Moglitz project. I really like that one. The other project that I'm going to touch on briefly is the VeeFriends project. I did invest in a VeeFriend by Gary Vee, which I'm very happy that I did so. I bought a Well-Connected Werewolf on the launch day. If you're curious as to what those are worth, you can go check it out. But I mean, it just, regardless, it's probably going to be like a life-changing investment for me. And I'm planning on holding it for, I don't know, quite some time, or until the dollar value becomes so much I can't resist anymore. But also, I would be fine if it went to zero, because I think the upside is much higher than the risk. So I've made a calculated decision, and I'm not going to settle for something that's not life-changing, I guess. Might be kind of arrogant of me, might be a stupid decision, but nonetheless, it's what I've settled on, at least at this point in time. And he also, Gary Vee said that there would be a super large announcement like next week, which I'm recording this on 8/5/21. So by the time this is released, he will probably have already made the announcement. But I'm curious to see what that's going to be. So those are my NFTs that I wanted to chat about. Outside of NFTs, the sports card investments that I made. So sports cards have gone down generally in value since the last time that I touched on them, I guess. The only thing that I really have in my possession right now that's gone up a lot is a Shohei Ohtani rookie card, Topps pink refractor. And it's him in the red jersey pitching. I bought that card for like $80, and it peaked a couple weeks ago at like $1,000, and now it's come down a little bit since then. But Shohei Ohtani seems like a really, really unique player. He's like leading the league in home runs. He's got like the most stolen bases a pitcher's had in a long time. And he also can pitch. Like, he's a pitcher, and he's a good pitcher. So I'm interested, curious, excited to see what happens with that card. Selling it is probably something I should consider, just because it would be a nice profit for me. But all my other cards have basically stayed stagnant or gone down. My Kobe Bryant second year card gone down in value quite a bit since I got it back from BGS grading company. I paid $10 for the card, and then it was worth like $1,200, and now it's come down to like $400. Crazy how the market has fluctuated like that for specific cards. But nonetheless, I mean, still a good investment and something I'm holding on to long term, so it doesn't really mess with me too much. So that's my trading card investments. So I've got NFTs, trading cards, flipping. What else is going on? So I purchased a car as like a fixer-upper, and I'm working on selling that. I bought it for like $2,300, trying to sell it for $35. I put a little bit of work into it, cleaned it up. Having a little bit of a tough time selling it, but I mean, nonetheless, it will get sold eventually, whether I break even or not. But I'm confident I won't end up losing money on it. And the last thing I think I wanted to touch on in this episode was, so I also recently applied for a job interview at Jeff Belzer's in Lakeville, Minnesota. They are a car dealership, and I applied for like a sales position, mostly because I don't feel like I'm ready to get a job in an office and sit at a computer all day and interact with the same people every day. I really feel like I want to be in a position where I can be on my feet a little bit. I can be in an environment that I think is kind of fun, more casual, and I can meet new people day in and day out and build relationships with people. So I have a job offer pending a couple of like background check type things, but I am pretty sure that I will get the job. So that'll be exciting for me. I'll be able to get a job, start making some money. I'll be able to work on getting YEE and student vote startups realigned, have a couple of good investments holding on to, and job offer in place, and then taking some trips this summer and trying to fix a couple of injuries that I've sustained at the gym, which is nothing new for me. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on with me. I don't really know what else I wanted to chat about today. I think I covered most of everything I wanted to. But yeah, I really encourage you to go check out episode, what was it? It was episode 49. That was a really good episode. If you haven't listened to it yet, I encourage you to listen to it. It was fun, interesting topics. And then also, if you're interested in hearing more about COVID stories and stuff, go ahead and listen to episode 50 with Blake. That was a good chat as well. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you're still listening to me rant, you're a special person. Because I don't think I would be able to listen to myself rant for this long, although I'm doing it. But no, I appreciate it, really. Yeah, and feel free to give us a follow on Instagram, SBS Media. Follow my personal, Cameron _Stone_, I think, something like that. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next episode.